Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz. Thank you for stopping by. Today I have a flip through for you. It's the Celtic Dragon Tarot by DJ Conway and Lisa Hunt. Lisa Hunt is the artist. DJ Conway is the artist. I'm sorry, the author. They both did the, what is it called? The Shapeshifter Tarot. This one was the second one that they did together from what I could see, from what I've read. It's just a really beautiful deck. I haven't really used it. I've had it at home for a couple of weeks, at least, maybe even a couple of months, probably a couple months. And I got it at a used store and it's readily available. I don't know if the cards look exactly like they did in the, or they do now. I don't know if it's been updated because this one is from 1999. I'm guessing they're still the same. It's a beautiful deck. And I think you guys will really like it. Now, this one here, this is the back. I already took the deck out. I actually tried to do this video, and for some reason, I lost it, so I have to redo it. So anyway, dragons soar in a fire-breathing new tarot. Once upon a time, when folk believed in unicorns and griffins and fiery serpents that flew across the sky, mapmakers wrote, "Here be dragons," across unexplored territory. Like the unknown lands of centuries past, the tarot and magic still have uncharted areas to be explored. With the incandescent beauty of dragons enchantingly captured by fantasy illustrator Lisa Hunt, you can illuminate the traditional tarot path of self-discovery in a unique way. In the in the Celtic Dragon Tarot, Wiccan author DJ Conway reveals how you meet your personal dragon, undergo dragon initiation and meditation, and infuse your tarot readings and candle magic with the potent elemental energies of the dragon. As you set off on your personal adventure in realms unknown, let the legendary power and wisdom of the dragon guide you. Now, this is a really, really beautiful deck. Wish the cards were a little bit bigger, and I'll show them to you. It's a very large, as you can see, box. I'm assuming it still comes that way. This is the book. It's a very nice book. I read through some of it. It talks about how they created the deck, how they were both inspired by dragons. I personally love dragons myself, so I see myself using this deck quite often, actually. I just wanted to do a walkthrough with you guys first. And then it talks about how to use it. It explains about the dragons. They did change the elements, like in wands, which is typical fire, they changed it to air, and swords, they changed it to fire. She did the same thing in the other deck. On this one, it doesn't really matter because the cards stay the same. The other one, although the meanings of the cards stay the same for wands and swords, I believe she put fire and air on the top, so it was throwing me off a little bit. And then there's keywords for the cards, which I like, especially if you're new. I generally wouldn't say this is a great deck for for people who are starting. But honestly, I think this one probably would do really well for people who are starting, because the book is so detailed. I think it would be great, especially if you're into dragons. Honestly, pick a deck you like. People will ask me that sometimes. I'm like, pick what you're drawn to, even if it's something, say, as different as the what is that one called? Of course, I'm having a brain freeze. What is that deck called? That's very, very different. Hold on, I'm just looking at my decks here, just see if it, of course, it's not going to pop up right now. Oh, the Wild Unknown. That one is very different. I mean, that's just so different. But you know what? If it speaks to you, go with it. You know, it's what your intuition works with better. So anyway, it's got all that, and then in the back, it's got spreads, which are, she calls them layouts. So there's spreads here, and there's also dragon candle spells, which are really cool. I've not used them, but very, very cool. I probably will at some point. And meditations, although the meditations I find kind of weird because it's hard for me to like read and meditate, you know. For that, I prefer a recording. I'm sorry, my brain is kind of like shutting off a little bit right now, but that's because I'm also looking and reading here. Stone powers, I didn't read that. That's the appendix. She's got colors, candle colors and uses, stone powers. So it's got a few stones here. And then there's a index glossary type thing where you can go back and read on. It's really neat. Really, really neat. DJ Conway's book, Dancing with Dragons, the Shapeshifter Tarot, Sacred Circle Tarot. I have that deck. I have this book. And I have that deck, so I have a lot of that stuff. This deck is not available anymore. You can still get it, but you're going to pay up the nose for it. So, or I should say through the nose. Definitely going to pay for it. Okay, so these are the cards. They come in this box. It's a good box. It's nice and sturdy. Some of them aren't. This one is. I generally don't like these. I generally don't like these giant boxes anyway. They're just hard to store. But, you know, it is what it is. And this one's older. I'm assuming they all still come the same way. But I could be wrong. So anyway, let's start. I'm already 6 minutes in just explaining about this deck. But, you know, it's just one of those that needs a little more explanation than others. All right, so. And every single card, of course, is dragon-centered. So, the Fool. The Magician. I love this card, but this gives me more vibes of the High Priestess. And it's funny because the next one being the High Priestess, that gives me more vibes of the Magician for me. You know, they're very detailed. You can see there's a dragon skull there. There's the dragon spirits around her. There's a lot of detail in these cards. You can even miss some of it. Like here, her hair, it almost looks like a dragon back. Can you see that? The hair sort of has that vibe. And there's something here. It's a little dragon on her wand or her staff at the top. It's just very, very detailed. Beautiful. The Empress. Look at this. She's pregnant, you know, because the Empress can be about pregnancy. She's got a little dragon on her shoulder. And if you look here, this dragon is sitting on eggs. So it's just really beautiful. I love it. And then there's some swirls here, which I know that's Celtic, you know, scrolling and stuff. Beautiful. The Emperor. The High Priest. I'm glad they used the High Priest instead of the Hierophant in this. I just like it better for this particular deck. The Lovers. So cute. The Chariot. Now this one looks more like the Lovers to me. I don't know what this one would be, but this one, if I saw it, I would think the Lovers. But I guess it would be hard to figure out how to put it, the Chariot, into context with dragons. I would guess it would be like them kind of riding. When I see this, I see the Lovers, but that's okay. No biggie. I love this one's strength. I love this one. I love this one so much. Now, I'm not a huge fan of these borders only because there's so much detail in these cards. Not that you guys don't know I don't like borders, but with these cards, I wish they were a little bit bigger because they're the typical size, maybe even a little bit smaller than the typical deck. But there has so much detail in these cards that the border, it just shrinks the picture. And I think it would do well to be a little bit bigger so you can see everything because there's so much detail. See all the faces and the stones and stuff? And this looks like that might be a rune of some sort. I can't really tell. Or ogum, I should say. It's just like different stuff. The Wheel. And this is cute. The Grimoire of Life. The wheel turns. Learn to ride with dragons. I love this. That's very cool. Very cool. Justice. I love this. It's a Dragon King. And he's doling out justice. The Hanged Man. Somebody got into trouble. And the dragons are like, well, you're an idiot. I love this one. This one's really cool because he's shedding his skin and it's all about rebirth, and he's shedding the old gray dark skin and he's coming back, you know, as brand new and bright and full of life. I really do like that a lot. Temperance. And this here is some sort of sign. See right here, these don't have the wings. So it looks like she incorporated some of the different ones around, because there's different ones around the world. Different kinds of dragons. There's like South America, they don't even have feet. They just basically a flying serpent. So I like that. Chains. So this would be typically the devil. And I do like that they're really not even tied up, I don't think. It's hard to tell, but it's almost like they're choosing to stay there. You know, I like that it's chains rather than the devil. I do really like that. The tower. I like this. It's actually a stone more. Well, and I guess those are bricks. I thought it was like a stone, but then you see all the little scroll work and stuff. Very cool. The star, if you can see, there's comets there and things like that. It's very galactic. I do love that, like the star, the dragon, spirits and stuff. Essence, the moon. Look at her. Oh, love it. Love it. Beautiful. The sun. This one has a phoenix feel to it. Beautiful. Judgment. I love this one. This judgment card is really cool because it's like giving comfort. He's giving comfort. It's like he's a dragon doctor and he's giving comfort to the sick person who's probably, you know, at his last breath. And he, like, clearly he reverences, reveres, I should say, dragons, because he's got one here and a couple more here, you know, on his bed. I really like that. I'm going to hold that one back. I like that card. The world. All right, now we're into wands. So Ace of Wands. Beginning of something new. Look at this. The two little babies. I love it. The Two of Wands. Three of Wands. And I don't see three here, though. I only see two. But there is the wand here. So it's like in power. Either they're giving the wands power, the power is giving them. The wand is giving them power. But this one's a little, to me, is a little confusing. Four of Wands. The home and stability. And if you can see, there's a couple there with a dragon protecting them. And you see, all the stones have faces on them. Can you see that? It's like the spirit, the elemental spirits. Five of Wands. I mean, Five of Wands typically is fighting. I mean, they almost look like they're fighting. But are they fighting the dragons or are they fighting themselves? Six of Wands. I like this. But that's not the typical Six of Wands. But this one looks more like Eight of Pentacles, I want to say. Like, that would give me more of that vibe. But I'm not the creator. I'm sure there's a reason for it. You know what? Let's hold that one back. Okay. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. I like that. All the dragons there. They're the ones. That's cool. Nine of Wands. Now, typically the Nine of Wands is where you're feeling like you have to defend yourself and, you know, and you've been through a trial. I don't really see that in this card. I see it more as he's got a lot more power. And I kind of like that. And here's a Ten of Wands. Too much going on. But it looks like the dragon's coming to help. Maybe if you had put down the sticks and paid attention, you wouldn't have fallen off. That's like a fool thing. Okay, so look at this. So cute. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Look at this one. Queen of Wands. I love this one. Beautiful. And the King of Wands. Look at their little baby at the bottom here. So cute. I love it. Love it. Okay, so now the swords. And see, the thing is, there is element of fire with them, but the meanings of them don't change, you know. So that's the only difference, is you're going to see Whereas this one had more flying dragons, which is the wands, which she attributes that, the element of air, to that. But the meanings, like when you look at the card, the Ace of Swords, it doesn't change. There's a sword, you can see that. So, and especially with dragons, you're going to see fire. So that's really cute. Little babies, more little babies. The Two of Swords. And the Three of Swords. That it looks like dragons fighting each other, but it's in a heart formation. And if you can see, they each have swords and they're like gonna stab each other. Four of Swords, taking a break. Much needed rest after too much thinking. Five of Swords, the bullies, causing trouble. Sometimes it's bullies, other times it's different things. Depends. Sometimes it's your own mind bullying you. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords, the thief in the night. But see, he thinks he's getting away with something, but he's not, because look, the dragons are watching. Eight of Swords. I like this depiction of the Eight of Swords, because generally the Eight of Swords, she's blindfolded and she can't get out, and there's all these swords around her. Well, this one, she's not blindfolded, she's tied up, but she can easily remove, they're loose, and it's like she's in her own mental prison because she can get out. The door's open, or the window's open, she can climb out of there. It's not even that high. All she has to do is lift her legs and remove the rope that's barely tied around her, and the dragon's just looking at her like, what are you doing? Wake up from your sleep. Nine of Swords, which is usually about nightmares, mental anguish, and the Ten of Swords. This one's so sad. Oh, this one's just so sad. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. I love this one, because Knight of Swords is always like so much energy. Queen of Swords. I love her. She's beautiful. And the King of Swords. Now this King of Swords is kind of different. He doesn't look happy. He looks very defeated. And the King of Swords generally doesn't look happy. But they're very stern and very straightforward, just very, down the right path. This one, it's like he's asking for permission, I guess, to do something, because he's not even holding his sword up. He's to me, he looks defeated. So I think I've read on that one before, because it did kind of strike me that way. So, all right. So Ace of Cups and more baby dragons. And if you look at all the faces in the stones, really neat. Two of Cups. I love it. Three of Cups. Now, I would have expected to see three dragons kind of goofing around. This one gives me more of the vibes of the Four of Cups, but it is what it is. And here is your Four of Cups. She's not paying attention, and the dragons are like knocking stuff down and playing. I want a dragon. I would love to have a dragon. Five of Cups. And he's looking back. He's actually looking back, which most of the time in Five of Cups, they're not looking back. And in this case, he's looking back, but he's not paying attention. He's about to walk into some serious darkness. So, and see all the little dragons? They're everywhere. I love it. Six of Cups. Very cute. See, they look like they're childhood friends. And you see the little boy in the back as well with the dragons. It's really cool. I love it. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups, which is typically the wish card. With this one, she looks like she's asking the dragon for something. which isn't the typical look for it. I kind of like that. Because the dragon's going, you know what? I don't know if I want to give it to you. Oh, and I love this one, the 10 of Cups. That's so cool. That looks like they're having a birthday party or something, and it's not cupcakes, but they give me the vibe of the cupcakes with the little rainbow in each cup. And it looks like they're being blessed. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. Page of Cups. Very cute. Oh, I love this one. It's a sea dragon. Looks like, yeah, it's a sea dragon. Knight of Cups. I like this one a lot. I wonder why. Well, because the Knight of Cups is about love, and he's thinking about his beloved. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Queen of Cups. Look at her. She's just content and beautiful. This is actually probably one of my favorite depictions of the Queen of Cups. It really is. I really just love, she just looks content. I love that. And the King of Cups. So now we're going to Pentacles. More baby dragons. So cute. See how little they are though? It's like tiny, tiny. And there's a pentacle right there. 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. I love him. I love his style. It's just adorable. I like how he's just drawing on the door, and he's an artist. I love it. 4 of Pentacles. She cracks me up. She's like, no, I'm not giving you any. Look at her face. I don't think so. 5 of Pentacles. And they're out in the cold. We got broken pentacles here. And they look like they're separating or going their own way. You know. 6 of Pentacles. I love this one too. It definitely depicts, you know, charity and helping someone and caring. 7 of Pentacles. Usually 7 of Pentacles is watching your harvest grow, but you know what? It's watching their life grow. Look at all the baby dragons, and she's protecting them, and they look very comfortable. So it's all about watching your progeny and your oh, I can't think of the word right now, but your legacy. This is the legacy thing. I love this. I just really like this deck. I am looking forward to using this deck, you know, now that I've already shown it. 8 of Pentacles, learning and getting things done. 9 of Pentacles, being very content and satisfied and enjoying life. I love this one. Oh, I want a dragon. And the 10 of Pentacles. Now, if you look here, these look like cats down here. And this is, of course, dragons. So it's like they're going to their home, and they have a dragon protecting their home. And he's saying hello. It's like when you get home and your dog says hello. They're happy to see you. So it has that feeling. Page of Pentacles. What does that say? The meaning of dreams. I love it. See the book? I don't know if it's going to catch it because it might not be shown. Because I can't really tell because it's up a little higher if it's showing it to you guys. So if some of them have been blurry, I am sorry. It's just I'm having a hard time seeing it. But it says the meaning of dreams. Look at this guy. Look at his face. I love it. Oh, and look, there's a cat and a dragon kind of like hitting it off. I love it. That's so cute. Knight of Pentacles, you know, he's the one that takes his time, you know, does his thing, watches, you know, things before he jumps into things. The Queen of Pentacles, and she's definitely grounded and mature and, you know, thinks about things. And she's got a fairy wand. Look at it, it's a star, which would be a pentacle. I love it. And right there, there's a globe. Crystal ball, I should say. Oh my god, my brain today. And this is the King of Pentacles. Look how cute. With a little dragon laying there, and he's just very happy, and you know, he's in his domain. I love it. Okay, so That is the Celtic Dragon Tarot. I'm going to read a little bit. Let's read on justice. Let's read on justice. Let's see. Just and they're quick. It's not like a lot. Oh, I should say, I'm sorry, judgment, not justice. And the sorry, whack the camera. Hold on, let's stay still there. There you go. There is keywords, renewal, and karmic issues. Judgment. A large dragon tenderly administers healing and comfort to the man in the bed. Around his neck hangs a medallion with a triple spiral, symbol of life, death, and rebirth. As the man struggles with mental and emotional agony that accompanies all cycles of renewal, the dragon looks on with love and understanding. The tracery on the window behind the dragon represents the Celtic tree of life, a symbol of the totality of all lives, present and of all lives, past, present, and future. The dragon's spring green color represents birth, a condition all humans must experience if they are to progress into a higher realm of consciousness. It is the man's responsibility to awaken from the nightmare of illusion and despair, the haunting dream of helplessness. Help is there in the form of the dragon and brilliant sunlight if only the man would open his eyes and reach out. Divinatory meaning. Something or someone out of the past comes back into your life with influences you may or may not like. Handle karmic relationships or issues correctly or pay the price. This card may point to a change of home or job. You are attracted to a new line of spiritual or magical study. You will face an unpleasant but necessary decision. So it gives you the meaning of the card and then the divinatory meaning, which it all works together. So see the card. Let's see if it's with the green dragon there, and he's got that metal. Beautiful. All right, so let's do the Six of Wands real quick. Am I in Wands? No, I already passed Wands. Wands was the first one. So Six of Wands. All right. Success after hard work, which usually it does mean victory. But usually it's the guy on the horse and there's people behind him. So this, like I said, this one reminds me more of Pentacles. A woman with a small dragon on her shoulder stands with a crown on her head. A 5-pointed star is centered on her forehead, directly over the spiritual third eye. This symbolizes the woman's connection with spiritual guidance and her access to ancient knowledge. Before her is a table covered with rolled scrolls, quill pens, and other magical equipment. Prominently to the front is a brass vase holding 6 crystal-topped wands. All other small dragons fly and sit about the room. The star, pentacle of protection, God, a symbol of the goddess, and the crown, spiritual enlightenment, reveal that this magician is on a higher path of life. She has gathered her willpower and wands and placed them in a position to bring about fertility and manifestation, the vase. This fertile energy is repeated in the Celtic scroll work carved into the table, the magician's center for working her will. See how there's a meaning like to every little thing? You know, the scroll work, the wands here. It's very well done. Very, very well done. Divinatory meaning. You are rewarded with success after hard work. A message of good news brightens your day. This could be an advancement in career. Supportive friends give you the courage to follow your dreams. And she does not do reversals, but you know, some people who do reversals, they would probably go with the opposite of that. You know, people are out to get you. And let's do this King of Swords because he definitely looks so much different than the typical King of Swords. So let's see. He looks like he's asking permission to me. Let's see what he is asking. All right, so the keywords are opposition, obey the laws. All right, so the King of Swords stands let's restart this. The King of Swords stands on a ledge inside a great underground cavern. The cavern is part of the interior of an active volcano, a place of primordial energy for either creation or destruction. In one hand, the king holds a sword, his strength of will, as he stares down into the bubbling lava and fierce fire. He has studied long and hard to learn how to reach this divine but potentially volatile center of power within himself. Looking up at him out of this pit of rolling heat and molten rock is a large fire dragon with a baby on its shoulder. The king has learned through life experience that he must take responsibility for all his actions and uses of magical energy. He has mastered self-control of his emotions, knowing when to defend and when to release. He knows he can now walk through the fire and control his fear of unexpected events. His crown represents spiritual enlightenment, the result of a lifetime of searching. Behind him, up the flight of stairs, sits his massive throne, symbolic of stability and security. The king descends the stairs deep into his subconscious mind and now makes contact with universal manifesting power from which he will mold his desires into actuality. Divinatory meaning. This card suggests a powerful but stubborn masculine influence who may be opposing you. In a new project, do everything exactly by the rules or you will lose. There may be a need for the services of an attorney. Okay, so that meaning is kind of weird to me with the Queen of Swords. I don't usually see him that way. Yes, he is a very scrupulous person and he wants you to do everything by the book, but I don't see him as usually an opponent. Unless you're up to no good, then yeah, you got to face the truth. I see that card a lot of times. It's just face the truth. Face your truth. Sometimes they're hard. So as you can see, he's staring. I don't know. It's something about the face. To me, he doesn't look powerful. He looks defeated in this card. But that's just the way it came out. But can you see the dragon here, the fire dragon? It's just beautiful. Anyway, the deck itself is like a normal size deck. It's got, let's say, the same thickness as a regular Rider-Waite tarot. I can easily shuffle this like this. I don't like rifle shuffling the long way with a lot of these cards because I feel like they're going to get bent fairly badly. And they do. Some people, they do bend them. So I just always do the corner shuffle. I just find it works better for me. Anyone else, you know, with large cards, it works really good. With these cards, it works. This deck shuffles beautifully. But like I said, this is an older deck, so I don't know if the new cards are just as good. Don't hold me to that, you know. And it's just a nice deck. I mean, these cards are brand new. This might have been one of those decks that they had at a store, and they used it as a sample deck, you know, and you know, Temperance, you know, that I love that card. And Chains. Oh, well, see, it's not shuffled well, you know, but if I saw those cards together that came out like that, it literally means to me, like, don't overdo anything. No, you know, pay attention to your addictions, and you have to be more temperate and more balanced in life, you know. That's what I would get out of that. So with the Six of Swords, what do I see with the Six of Swords? The Six of Swords generally is, yeah, walking away from those things that are holding you back, those addictions, those manipulation, even people that are manipulating you, and be much more balanced in your life. So that's how I would do a reading with that, you know, a quick reading. My readings tend to be very, very detailed, but see how it all works really well together. It's even though I know these two just didn't shuffle yet, it just worked perfectly together. And the bottom of the deck, which is the energy of this right now, to me suggests that if you do this, walk away from the things that are no longer serving you, that are harming you, that are hurting you, that your health and your vitality is definitely going to improve, both spiritually, physically, and in your physical body especially. All right. I don't know why somebody needed to hear that. Because if you watch me, you know I don't usually do that. I don't know. I just feel like somebody needed to physically hear that. So it is what it is. All right, guys. Work well done. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I am so happy you stopped by. I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are. And blessings, and take good care of yourselves. Thank you. And take